Hi, I welcome you all to my today's video lecture on course Digital Logic. Today we are going to have a discussion over these topics. First we are going to discuss about the introduction. So this is going to give an introduction about the course Digital Logic, and followed by we are going to discuss about combination circuits versus sequential circuits. Then we are going to discuss about Boolean algebra. Finally we are going to end up the session with sum of products and product of sums. Okay, why do we need to study this course Digital Logic? So this course Digital Logic deals with designing of digital systems. So digital systems are comprising of combinational circuits and sequential circuits. This course is going to tell how these digital systems are going to be designed. Okay. Now we are going to discuss about combinational circuits versus sequential circuits. What is combinational circuit? It is a circuit whose output value depends only on the present input. That is called as the combinational circuit. Whereas in contrast, sequential circuit is a circuit whose output value is based on both present and past inputs. Based on these two definitions, we can go for the second difference, that is called as combinational circuits require no memory, because since the output value depends only on the present input. In the side of sequential circuit, it obviously requires a memory since it has to remember the past input, because the output value is purely based on both the present and past input. The example of combinational circuits are half adder, full adder, decoder, encoder. Whereas the examples of sequential circuits are registers, counters are the examples of sequential circuits. Then one more difference we can say is, what is the basic building block for combinational circuits are basically in logical gates or logic gates. For example, half adder. Half adder needs one exclusive OR gate and one AND gate to form an half adder. Whereas in the sequential circuits, the basic building blocks are flip-flops, because registers and counters, everything is being designed with the help of flip-flops. These are the four differences. First, combinational circuit is a circuit whose output value depends only on the present input, whereas in sequential circuit the output value depends based on both present and past input. Combinational circuits do not require memory, sequential circuits require memory. Example of combinational circuits are half adder, full adder, decoder and encoder. Examples of sequential circuits are flip-flops, registers and then counters. And basic building blocks for designing combinational circuits are logic gates. Basic building blocks for designing a sequential circuits are called flip-flops. Okay. Next we will discuss about Boolean algebra. Okay, so we have told that this course is about designing the digital systems, so it involves huge number of logical circuits. So how to reduce the size of the digital systems? Obviously we need to simplify the logical circuit, okay, based on which we can reduce the size of the overall digital system. For simplifying the logical expressions, we are using an algebra called as a Boolean algebra. It was proposed by George Boole, which proposes many various Boolean theorems that will be useful for simplifying the Boolean expression or logical expression, which in turn it will be helpful for simplifying or reducing the size of the logical circuit. This leads to the reducing the size of overall digital system. Then we are going to discuss about sum of products and product of sums. Okay. Now let us directly go into Boolean algebra, since we have discussed about the introduction part and the combinational circuits versus sequential circuits. So as I already told you that Boolean algebra was proposed by George Boole. He has given many Boolean theorems that will be helpful for simplifying the logical expression or Boolean expression. We will see one by one. Algebra. First, commutative law. A plus B equal to B plus A into B equal to B into A. Here plus represents the logical OR operation. Dot represents the logical AND operation. Associative law. This involves three literals: A plus B plus C equal to A plus B plus C. A into B into C equal to A into B into C. Then distributive law. Distributive law involves two operations. That is, A plus B into C can be written as A plus B into A plus C. The other form is A into B plus C equal to A dot B plus A dot C. So the first one is a commutative law. It involves two literals. It is represented in both OR and AND operation. A plus B equal to B plus A into B into B into A into B equal to B into A. Associative law involves three literals. So A plus B plus C equal to A plus B plus C. Here in terms of AND operation, A into B into C or A into B into C. And distributive law, it involves two different operations, that is AND OR. So A plus B dot C can be written as A plus B into A plus C. The another form is A into B plus C, that can be written as A into B plus A into C. The other important laws is next is De Morgan's law. De Morgan's laws. So this can be written as A plus B whole dash equal to A dash into B dash. A into B whole dash equal to A dash plus B dash. This is De Morgan's law. Then absorption law. A plus A into B equal to A. A into A plus B equal to A. This is called as an absorption law. Okay. So De Morgan's law is A plus B whole dash equal to A dash into B dash. This tells you that while applying the complement, the operation will get changed. Plus becomes dot. Here A into B whole dash, while applying the complement, dot becomes plus here. A into B whole dash equal to A dash plus B dash. Absorption law, this is A plus A into B, which will be equal to A into A plus B, which is equal to A. So how this Boolean theorems generally can be verified means, we can verify by using truth table, right? The other important laws, idempotent laws. that is a into a is, sorry, a plus a is a into a is a, right? And then involution law, a complement of complement which is equal to a, right? We'll see the other laws also. So we need to remember all these Boolean theorems so that while simplifying the Boolean expression, it would be more easy to understand. Okay. So next we are going to see about laws of complementarity. A plus A dash equal to 1. A into A dash equal to 0. Okay. So it can be easily understood. For example, if you take the value of A as 0, complement becomes, that is negation. Negation of A is 1. So 0 plus 1 is 1. If you take A equal to 1, the complement of A dash becomes 0. So complement is nothing but changing zeros as ones and ones as zeros. So this property satisfies. Here A into A dash equal to 0. Similarly, if you take the value of A as 1, A dash becomes 0. So 1 into 0 is 0. Right? If you take A equal to 0, then A dash becomes 1. In this case also 0 into 1 is 0. Because if in AND operation, if any one of the value is 0, the entire expression becomes 0. Right? Then identities. That is A plus 1. A plus 1 means the value is 1. A into 1. A into 1 is A. So whatever may be the value of A, if the in the OR operation, if any one of the value is 1, the entire expression becomes 1. In AND operation, if the value is dependent on, the output is dependent on the value of A. For example, A equal to 1. 1 into 1 is 1. If A equal to 0, 0 into 1 is 0. So here this expression, the result is dependent on the value of A. Then A plus 0 equal to A into 0 equal to A. Here this expression, the result is dependent on the value of A, because if A equal to 1, the result is going to be 1. If A equal to 0, the result is going to be 0. Here independent of A, if any one of the value is 0 in AND, the entire expression becomes 0. Not A, it's 0. Yeah. So these are the important Boolean algorithms that we need to remember so that we can simplify the Boolean expressions in the coming discussion. Right? Yeah, before going to sum of products and product of sums, we should know how to simplify the Boolean expression. How this Boolean algorithm or Boolean theorems are useful for simplifying the Boolean expression. Right? Yeah. For an instance, x plus x dash y. So this is an expression. So there may be the question arise. Why do we need to go for simplification of Boolean expression? Okay. So this is an expression before the simplification. Look at the expression. What are how many logic gates are required for constructing this Boolean expression? We need 3 gates. That is plus is nothing but an OR gate. X dash is not, and dot is nothing but AND. So for constructing this expression without simplification, we need 3 logic gates. Now we will try to simplify this expression. Okay? X plus x dash into y. So how to simplify? We need to take the help of an Boolean theorems. So this is in the form of distributive law. That is A plus B into C. A plus B into C can be written as A plus B into A plus C. Okay. We know that x plus x dash is, what is x plus x dash? X plus x dash is 1 by the law of complementarity into x plus y. We have seen that by the law of identity, 1 into a given expression, the expression would be the result. So the simplified expression is x plus y. Now we need only one OR gate, right? So the size of the circuit has been highly reduced. So before simplification, for the expression we need 3 gates, namely AND or NOT. After simplification, for an equivalent expression, we need only one OR gate to construct the circuit. That is why we are going for the simplification of Boolean expression. This is how the size of the digital systems have been reduced. Okay, we will see some more examples. AB dash plus A plus AB plus BC. Okay. So now what we can do? So AB dash plus AB. So how we can visualize this? You have to visualize AB as a single variable, so that we can identify as this expression as, you assume this as an x. So this becomes x dash. So x plus x dash becomes what? 1. So 1 plus A plus BC. We know that in our operation, if any one of the value of if any one of the value is 1, the entire expression becomes 1. So the answer would be 1. Clear? So AB whole dash plus AB, which is nothing but x plus x dash. X plus x dash is nothing but the law of complementarity. X plus x dash gives 1. So the remaining literals you are writing as it is 1 plus A plus BC. Now by the concept of an identity, or by the law of identity, 1 plus the rest of expression becomes the value 1, right? So you need not to bother about the other expression, other terms. What are maybe the other terms? If the OR expression contains 1, then the entire expression becomes 1. We'll see some more examples. AB dash plus BC plus AB plus B bar C, right? Okay. So now we'll combine these two terms, AB dash and AB, because we will be having a as common, and similarly we can use these two terms, combine these two terms. Okay. Now we will write like this: AB dash plus AB plus BC plus B dash C, right? So now it is in the form of distributive law. So we are taking A common. So what we are getting? B dash plus B plus here C is common, so B plus B dash. So okay, now we will know that B plus B dash is 1, so A into 1. Here also C into 1. A into 1 is A, C into 1 is C. The final simplified expression is A plus C. So this huge expression is coming down to the simplified form as A plus C, right? Now we will discuss about SOP and POS. What is SOP and POS? SOP is nothing but sum of product, and POS is nothing but product of sum. Just what we are going to do, for a given logical expression or Boolean expression, we are going to find an equivalent expression in the form of sum of products or in the form of product of sum. First we should know how the sum of products expression would look like. I will give you an example. So SOP. So sum of products, as the name implies, we are going to add the product terms or sum the product terms. A plus BC plus B dash D plus BCD. Here these are all the product terms: BC, B dash D, BCD and A, and we are adding all the product terms. So it is called as sum of products. Okay, now we will see about POS. POS means what? Product of sums. What we are going to do here? We are going to multiply the sums. For example, A plus B into B dash plus C plus D dash into E. You can note that a single variable in both SOP and POS will be considered as the product term or sum term in SOP and POS respectively, right? Now we will look into an example. Expressing SOP. A plus B into A plus C BD dash. Okay, so this is the given expression. We are asked to express this expression in sum of products. Okay, that is, we are going to find an equivalent expression for this in the form of sum of products. So look into this expression. I will do it slowly because I will take first two terms. So what kind of law we need to follow? It clearly tells that it is a distributive law. So we need what is the common variable in both the expression? A. So A and the common operator is plus. So A plus, here the what is the operator which connects both the expression? Dot. So A plus, this expression becomes A plus BC. Okay, then it is, sorry, this term is written, retained as it is a plus bd dash, right? Now you look into this. This is a plus bc and this is a plus bd dash. Once again it is in the, we are going to use a distributive law. The common variable is a, the common operator is plus, the operator which connects both the expression is dot. Okay, so it is going to be reduced as a plus, we need to multiply the unlike terms. So what will happen? BC into BD dash. So B into B is B. So what we'll be getting? BC D dash. So it is our required SOP form. So this given expression has been reduced to an equivalent SOP form. A plus BC D dash. Okay. Now we'll see an example for an POS. Express in POS. AB plus CD plus EF dash. Okay. So here what we need to do is we need to assume a particular term as a single literal, so that we can visualize the Boolean theorem. Okay, I am assuming this AB as x, C as y, D as z. So we will be getting x plus yz. X plus yz is nothing but our distributive law. So I am going to write it as AB plus C into AB plus D. I am retaining this E F dash. Once again, now you look into this expression AB plus C, which is also in the distributive law form. So what we need to do? C plus A into C plus B. Here this expression is also in distributive form. So D plus A into D plus B plus E F dash. Okay, so we can write it in the alphabetical order. So because we know that C plus A and A plus C are same by commutative law, so I am writing C plus A as A plus C. In the similar way the other terms has been written, B plus C and A plus D and B plus D. Plus E F dash. Yeah. Now we should assume this E F dash as A, the other terms as B, C, D, E. So A plus B, C, D, E. So what we are going to get? We are going to get E F dash plus A plus C into E F dash plus B plus C into E F dash plus A plus D into E F dash plus D plus D. Okay, I think I can erase these portions. Now you look into the individual expressions. Once again it will be in the form of an what? It will be in the form of distributive law. Okay. Now first we'll apply with, we'll use this as an A plus C as an A, this is B, this is C. So what will happen? So this expression becomes A plus C plus E into A plus C plus F dash. Okay. In the similar way, other things. What is that? B plus C plus E into B plus C plus F dash. Okay. Then A plus D plus E into A plus D plus F dash, and then B plus D plus E into B plus D plus F dash. So this whole expression is our required POS. Okay, right? Okay, with this we'll end up the today's session. Thank you.